So the day I discovered this about boosting testosterone and everything, my whole world was shattered. My whole reality was shattered. I did not understand. I was like, okay, so I've been trying to do all these complicated things to increase and boost my testosterone for muscle growth and fat loss. But I had this one thing that I could do, or maybe just could not do, because it's basically you not doing something. It's just something that you don't do, and you don't have to do nothing to increase your testosterone, which is fascinating. It's mind-boggling. This is why I'm gonna name, I'm gonna name this video, supposedly I'm gonna name it, you don't need 100 things to increase your testosterone. And what do I mean by that? Is you don't need to eat all of these different things to do this and this and that, take this hormone boosting thing. No. So what you need to do is very simple. So now, this is something that everybody knows about. It existed since the dawn of time. All of spiritual practices used it since the dawn of time. And that is fasting. You'll find it in Islam, you'll find it in Christianity, you'll find it in Judaism, you'll find it in Buddhism, in Taoism, all of those. Because they felt the benefits. It's as if for them, it wasn't really a scientific thing, but it was a spiritual thing, but they felt it in their body. This is why fasting is very important. Fasting is you not doing something, which is not eating as frequently. And when I say fasting is 16 hours fasting coupled with the 8 hours of sleeping. So 8 hours and another 8 hours. 8 hours of sleeping and another 8 hours. Now I'm going to explain the details of it because it's very important. It's very simple, straight to the point. I took some notes. I'm going to read them and tell you what I'm reading. Okay. So fasting, basically, when you fast for 16 hours, it actually stimulates the pineal gland, okay? So the hypothalamus, pardon. It stimulates the hypothalamus, and the hypothalamus activates this hormone called GRH. It's basically, the name is a little bit complicated. I'm no scientist, so I'm gonna have to read it. It's called gonadotropin releasing hormone. Yeah, gonadotropin releasing hormone. And this hormone activates or boosts the testosterone levels in the body. Now, I'm not a science channel. I would love if I could have brought you a whole explanation, but you can do your own research. I'm just giving you thought-provoking ideas, that's it. And basically, the way this works, the way that fasting works is by creating insulin resistance. And insulin resistance is very important to the production of testosterone, because there is one thing and one thing only that really blocks the production of testosterone, and that is insulin spikes. Spiking insulin all of the time. And how do you spike insulin? By basically eating more frequently. The more frequent, each time you eat, especially if you have carbs and a high level of carbs, you will spike the insulin. And that will block and stop testosterone altogether. Yeah? And that's very, very important to know when in fasting. And this is going to be a little bit of a motivator when you do fasting for fat loss or for muscle growth, because you need to know this. When you fast, you burn fat, but you gain muscle, because muscle growths, as we know, as fasting does to the hypothalamus, and the hypothalamus increases GRH or activates the GRH, which is for growth hormone. It's a motivation for you to know that basically you are increasing the muscle mass while fasting, because when you eat later, you will gain much more nutrients from the food that you're going to eat, and especially if the food is whole and complete. Yeah? So put this in mind, keep this in mind. So insulin kills testosterone. You want to know how that happens? Go do the research. There's also the things that increase the insulin spikes, basically, that increase insulin activation, basically, whatever you want to say. So you've got causes for insulin spikes. You've got carbs, too much carbs, eating more frequently, You've got body fat. I've got body fat right now. Look, I look strong, I've got strength, but I've got body fat as well. Look, now I'm trying to lose it, right? Yeah, trying to lose it, but with time, I know that with fasting and everything, and I've already done that before. I've done it before. It's just that in the past year, I've been living like a pig, eating like a pig, and living like a pig, basically. But I have no problem with that because I have belief in myself. I can lose the weight whenever I want. Not like those people who say, oh my God, you gained weight. I'm like, yeah, I know how to lose it. I'm not afraid like you. I'm not a pussy. I'm not scared of not eating. You're scared of not eating, or you're scared of eating whole foods. I'm not scared of that. It's very easy. It's not easy, but just delude myself. You have to be a little bit delusional to believe in yourself. So yeah, so body fat, if you have body fat, it will stomp your testosterone production. You've got alcohol as well. Thank God I have never drunk alcohol in my life, and I will never drink alcohol in my life. I don't need it in my life. I strive to increase consciousness. I do not strive to stomp my consciousness. All of those psychedelics, all of those drugs, all that weed stomps makes you unconscious rather than conscious. Even those psychedelics, I don't believe in psychedelics can make you conscious because they will unground you from this reality. Because life and real life, putting yourself into the test, is the biggest and the most fruitful and the most majestic psychedelic journey there is. That's why psychedelic, when people take LSD, they call it's the hero's journey, 100 grams. How about you fucking go out and start working and help your family, and then you'll become a hero in somebody else's eyes, and you become stronger. You act like a hero. How about doing that rather than just sitting around with your friends, maybe drunk, mixing it up with LSD and just fucking talking about this bullshit? That's airy. You're ungrounded like that. And yeah, basically these things you need to put these things in mind. Okay? So go ahead and learn about fasting and do fasting more and more. I apologize for the noise. There is a lot of noise around me. I cannot stop it, but I hope you take the fruits of this video.